Cut out the important things that Blob said.
Hey, you guys excited for the next rocket launch next week? I'm really excited.
Fuck no.
No, we're not.
Yay.
Not at all.
The next rocket that's going to do nothing
Yeah.
for anybody.
Tired of being lied to.
I mean, imagine thinking there's an incentive, like an economic incentive for poisoning the people who make the money. Like, how does that make any sense?
Do you think we'd believe them if like they had like a downward space program? They're like, if you go down far enough, you actually go to a place, and then we would just believe them on that. Do you think?
It's the undersea cables, man.
Probably be more valuable.
Well, I hope y'all are able to get internet through the satellites I'm launching here in the next year or so. You can go on Amazon.com, buy a little Kuiper antenna, and you get your Wi-Fi wherever you want it.
No one thinks satellites don't exist here, so.
Wait, can you put your own camera on it?
My own personal camera? No, we buy cameras and put them on though.
On your CubeSat.
Why would you be excited for a rocket that, like, this whole space program has never done anything for humanity? You're like, oh, I'm hyped for this rocket, guys.
I get my internet from Starlink. I appreciate it.
It's very
man. Starlink is the shit. I got 10,000 of them up there now.
I can't believe how well it fucking works. Like, honestly, like the setup was painless almost.
Can you imagine that though? Literally, you could be in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's just a little dish, like 1 foot by 1 foot. As long as it can see the sky, you can get like 400 megabits per second internet. I guess shit's crazy.
Yeah, you can get blasted with radiation. Yeah, Wi-Fi radiation is really good.
I was stuck on a 5 up, 5 down copper line before I got Starlink, so it is like coming back into the modern age.
Well, hopefully, when Kuiper's up there, we'll be able to beat them on speed and price.
That's what I like to hear. Competition, baby.
Am I coming in loud and clear? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, you're good. I hear you.
Oh, cool. Last night, Ruhif was asking me to find the video of the astronauts that are smashing up against the wall inside the space station, and I couldn't find the video anywhere on the internet. Does anyone know where that clip is gone?
No, I heard you guys talking about that. It's all over the place. It's on all kinds of NASA compilations. I mean, it's all over.
I couldn't find it. And
I'm actually familiar with this topic.
Ruhif was claiming that that wasn't the space station, that was in the shuttle.
Yes, it is in the shuttle. That is correct. If you look at that footage, the shuttle is modular, and you can pin it back to old like diagrams and photos of the interior, and they change it from mission to mission. But yes, when you see those astronauts bouncing around in that room, it is on the shuttle.
Can we verify that? Anyone? Like, I don't know where the video is. I want to just get that cleared up at some stage.
Oh, is this the thing where they? Well, is this the thing where they put the lab in the payload bay of the shuttle instead of deploying a satellite? They just have like a science lab.
Yes, it is. It is that. It can be found on NASA's website. So all the Apollo missions have archives of like all the photo, like the footage from the launches and stuff. And if you go through those mission by mission, you can see footage from the shuttles. And it matches up with the footage you see them bouncing around. You can find a couple direct matches of like crew, but it's hard to find the exact shots to match up. But yes, you can find it there, and it's from them burning them in the shuttle.
You mean the shuttle accelerates and they hit the wall? What exactly are you saying?
Yeah, it's them making adjustments, firing boosters.
Okay. And what about it? What's the thing about it?
It's not. It's just verifying where the footage is from. If it was from the ISS, it would raise questions about what's going on up there because why are they jostling around? But it's from the shuttle, so it makes more sense.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But if that shuttle is just a vomit comet, that could explain it too, though, right?
Yeah, I think you would have to look at the duration of the footage to see if you could get a parabolic arc to be weightless for long enough. But maybe, I don't know. It looks like the shuttle, but
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just you have an explanation. I have an explanation. How do we verify each other's explanations?
well, we do what I just said. So you get a pretty limited window for weightlessness.
Crazy, man.
What up, Sean G? Long time. Earth to Sean. Over.
And the reason why, by the way, in case you're wondering, is because up at that temperature, the molecules are ionized, right? Because it's plasma, and so it reflects the radar signal. Whereas through the atmosphere, you're not getting any reflections.
Except for the stuff that they spray in the sky. I'm confused, Jake, on the plane. Are you a flat earther or are you a baller?
No, I'm a flat earther.
You are lying. Remember that little thing that they had, Scrooge McDuck, one of those DuckTales episodes? They had this little harp. You guys remember that episode? There's this little harp. And whenever someone lied, the little harp would go, "You are lying." It would like sing that you were lying. That was my interpretation of that. At best, Jake is he's on the airplane.
I wish we had one of those harps.
Well,
here.
it just depends on your perspective of what you consider a flat earther, because no two flat earthers are made alike, and so you can't loop them all together because everybody has independent, discrete, esoteric beliefs.
Not really. I mean, it generally means that the Earth is planar and stationary. I mean, that's how I generally interpret it. I mean, there might be some other, nuances that people bring in about Gleason maps or ice walls or other concepts, but in general, it just means the Earth is what our ancient ancestors always thought it was before the globe, which is planar, generally planar. You have elevation changes, but you have a foundationally planar geometry, level water, and it's stationary, not in motion.
Yeah, I mean, Bev told us that, when you say that you're a flat earther, that doesn't mean that you don't believe that there is topography in the form of mountains and valleys.
Obviously.
Are you the guy?
Why would anyone think that? Why would anybody think that anyone thought it was elevation?
Some flat earthers don't agree on the topography thing.
Are you the same guy with a 70
That's not
IQ?
true. Wait. Yeah, he says he has a 70 IQ.
Yeah, there's no flat earther that thinks there's no topography, dude.
I'm telling you, just
point me to one.
What
Show
I was
me one
guy as a child.
Show me one flat earther that doesn't think there's topography. Come on, bro.
Oh, what? You guys think mountains are real? What?
Yeah, but Jake, you think the Earth is a sphere spinning, so that's not even close to flat Earth.
No, I don't think that.
What do you think then? Stationary ball?
No, I don't think. I think we perceive it as flat. That's why I say we're flat earthers.
Okay, but what do you think the Earth is? Are you on the fence? Okay, so MC Tune's a flat earther. MC Tune's a flat earther because he observes it as flat. Should we call him up and let him know?
Well, I don't know what MC2 thinks. You can't loop us all together. We all have independent, unique, discrete, esoteric beliefs.
Okay, well, if your definition of a flat earther is somebody who observes it as flat, and you say you do, which the globe all admits, and that means everybody's a flat earther. Everyone on Earth, Ruhif, MC Tune, all of them fight the flat Earth, all of them. He's fighting himself. MC Tune's been sociopathically ridiculing himself for all these years.
Well, you know how concave earthers will say, well, all the light bends in such a way to make it seem like it's flat, but really we live on the inside of this concave Earth. You think it's bending down, but it's really bending up, right? That's what they say. So really, it's just a matter of. So really, being a flat earther is just a matter of perspective.
You lost me. Yeah, badly.
Jake, if you were able to do a handstand and walk on your hands all day long, like facing the other way, you'd see the whole world in a different perspective.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Imagine walking around all day upside down, you'd see the sky at your feet and the floor at your head.
Yeah, most of us don't walk around upside down, though, right? We usually describe down as being towards your feet and up being towards the sky.
But if you're a concave earther, then up is down and down is up, right?
Well, I don't think so. I think the concavers would still say that down is towards their feet, but they would say that if you went far enough up, then at one point up becomes down once you get, I guess, halfway through the center of the concave Earth. I don't know. It would flip at that point, but until it flips, I think they still think down is towards your feet and the surface.
What did you call that
Locally
radar,
speaking.
Jake, again?
Here, I'll post it in the chat.
Thanks.
So you have to meet us in the middle, right? Because the ballers have to dig through the earth to get to the other side. The concavers have to go through the atmosphere to get to the other side. That's why we're just like in the middle. Perfect equilibrium.
Jake, you know how so many like globe Earth folks, like they come here and they're like desperately wanting answers? Like they want answers. You know what I mean? Like this guy NASA Shil's in here. He wants answers. He wants evidence. He wants this and that. Celestial navigation works and I'm asking Jake. I'm asking Jake. Hold on. I'm asking Jake. The question, you can respond if you want, but I'm asking Jake. My question to you, Jake, is that if folks are coming to a community and they're just begging for answers, they're seeking answers, they're looking for answers, they're asking questions, what does that mean about their position? The position.
Well, I've heard you say this before, Gio, which is like you're saying that deep down you think that they're actually really are looking for those answers because they feel like there's some emptiness that there's some emptiness that they're trying to fill. They think that there's something to the flat Earth, and therefore they're looking. And I don't think that's what NASA is looking for. I think NASA is more like he doesn't think your beliefs are justified, so he wants you to justify your beliefs.
Yeah, but he's seeking answers is the point, whether he wants things justified or not. Like, for example, I don't walk into the Scientology building and demand answers. You know, I don't think they have any valid answers about spirituality. So I don't go there every day and be like, oh, could I get answers? I have this question. Oh, can you prove this to me? Could you show this to me? But I would do that if I thought they might have a few. Like if they got some answers in there, if I thought, you know what, these guys might have something here, then I might go and ask questions. But it's just, I was reflecting on this earlier, but it's just so many, like we have like PhDs coming in here demanding answers and questions. And, you know, MC Toon has $10,000 channel. He's willing to pay someone $10,000 to give him answers. Like these guys are desperate for it. And every day they're asking. So I'm just saying, what does that mean?
I don't think it's...
So you're thinking that, are you comparing flat Earth to religion?
Well, here's the thing I was going to say. I don't think it's that different than, like, I've seen a million videos where, like, very religious, like, preachers will go up to, like, Jehovah. You know how Jehovah's Witnesses have those, they have those little stands that they set up on the corner with all their little pamphlets. And, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe that Jesus was God. They don't agree with the key aspects of the Trinity. And they'll go up there and they'll, like, cite Bible verses and they'll say, you know, explain how how you don't believe, you think that Jesus was just a prophet. You don't believe that he was actually God. And so they'll go into that and they'll demand answers from the Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't think it's that different. I don't think that they're going to them because they think that there could be something to the Jehovah's Witness belief. I think they're specifically going there because they want to show them that they're wrong according to their opinion.
But that implies an inner confliction. There's a confliction because somebody who's confident about a position doesn't go and beg other people for answers. You know what I mean? They would just be confident in their position. Okay, globe earthers come here and stuff, but like if no globe earthers came here, I would never go to a globe earther begging for questions and answers. I would never do it once because I don't think the Earth's a globe. I would have no reason to. Now, if you folks are here, yeah, we'll debate it. We'll talk about it. It is kind of the mainstream model. There's other people listening and so on. So, that's a factor. But like, I would never, go into a Glober server and be like, oh, could you tell me how this works? Could you tell me how that works? Like, I personally would never do that because I'm not in a state of confliction about it. But if I was in a state of confliction and I wanted more answers, I could see doing that. So I'm just saying.
In a state of confliction. I'm not in a state of confliction, Gio. If you have beliefs, if you want to say that flat Earth is a religion, I'll leave you alone. But if you want to say
wow, thank you. Oh God, that'd be great if you could do that. Wow, we don't have control over that.
Flat Earth is a religion.
Yeah, but NASA Shil.
Stop. Flat Earth is a religion.
Stop. It's a cosmology. It's a cosmography specifically.
So
the
it's
Earth
a
being
religion.
Stationary. No, it is a cosmography. Do you know what that is?
Cosmography. No, I have to look at
that. Okay, then. Would you like me to educate you, or do you want to go look it up?
Please.
Okay, it has to do with the physical features. The physical features of the cosmology. It has to do with the physical geometric features of the land and of the Earth. Cosmography. So no, the Earth being a stationary plane is not a religion. It's the world's most ancient cosmography since the dawn of time, that humans have always known what the Earth is before the globe deception came along.
It's not deception though. We just learned new things. So what's your evidence for the flat Earth, by the way? If you think the Earth is flat, excuse me. If the Earth is flat, if the Earth is flat and it's not a religion, you should have some evidence that shows you that the Earth is flat. Do you have any of that?
Absolutely. Are you ready for a 3-hour presentation?
No. Just your best one right now.
No, we're going to do a 3-hour presentation, and you have to take notes, and you'll be quizzed afterwards.
No, I don't want 3 hours. I just want one. How about the?
No, I need 3 hours. There's so much evidence. I need 3.
Oh, you need 3 hours, so you can't just give me one.
No, you have to let me know when you have time. We need 3 hours.
You need 3 hours. I have to listen.
Because we're gonna go through all. We're gonna go through all of it. And then when you come in asking for it, you're going to have to steel man all the evidence from now on before you can ask that question to make sure you understand it, because you've been told the evidence, but you don't seem to retain the evidence. So we can do a 3-hour presentation if you need to. Since you're coming here begging for answers, we can do a service.
I don't need 3 hours. I just
we'll offer you a service. We'll offer you a service for free, actually. We'll offer you a free service, but we're going to need 3 hours of your time. And then every time you come and asking for evidence, you will have to steel man every single piece of evidence so we know you got it. Because what seems to be occurring with you is that you're told many evidences and it just blows right through your brain. And either you're doing it on purpose or you don't have the retention. You can't hold the information.
No, you have no evidence.
But you may have resistances or something going on where you can't hold the evidence to your understanding to be able to move forward.
You have no evidence. I mean, you just have none. I've offered.
Yeah, but NASA Shil. Now can I talk, NASA Shil, just for
Oh,
1 second?
I guess we're
Like,
done. So, yeah.
just like I see the way that you come in here. It's kind of like you're trying to be an activist, like how Whitsitt used to go around on a bus or whatever, and he would do his activism. To do activism, you actually have to have knowledge that you're trying to pass on to other people. It's not about asking questions. Anyone that does activism, they're trying to let people have more knowledge, and it seems that you've got more questions than answers, man.
Well, I've got plenty of answers. According to Geo today, it's not a religion. Therefore, you need some evidence. And I've asked for evidence, and apparently, I can only get it in a 3-hour dose. I just can't get one thing.
Yeah, because see, we're gonna do it right. Because the thing is, if I were to say something briefly, what you'll tend to do is interrupt, ad hom, and then you'll usually get moderated, and then you'll claim you didn't get evidence, or you'll go into the chat and do some kind of ridicule-based tactic. So it's very, very insidious. It's very rude. So if you'd like any evidence from now on, we'll have to ask you to sit for a very long amount of time, maybe 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
3 hours.
And retain all of it so that next time we know that we have it on recording, that we did a 3-hour presentation for you. We went through all of it as if you haven't been involved in this for 7 years and heard it all already, but that's okay. Maybe you haven't retained it. So we'll do a special event just for you. And then when you come in, when you say, where's your evidence, which you've been doing every day for at least 7 to 8 years, then we can say, okay, remember the 3-hour presentation, we can post it, and we can show everybody that presentation. And then we'll ask for you to steel man the evidence so we know that you retained it, that you held it this time, because all these years you haven't held it yet. We got to get you to hold it.
Seriously.
You've never given me any
Paige,
evidence.
what the
You've
actual
never
fuck,
given
dude?
me any. You haven't never given me any
I think I got
actual
the
evidence.
70
I've given you
no-
several pieces
no-
of evidence, Paige.
No
The
flat Earth
70
measurement.
IQ is actually NASA Shil.
No flat Earth evidence that I can go out and repeat. Where's the
I
flat
have
Earth
given you
equivalent?
several pieces of evidence, Paige.
Where's the flat Earth equivalent of the Eratosthenes measurement that I can go out and measure the Earth to be flat?
We've done Eratosthenes on a flat table, so that's not even an
It
issue.
doesn't
The
work,
thing
though.
is, though, I've actually given you. If you want
Eratosthenes on a flat
Eratosthenes,
table.
like
Eratosthenes on a flat
Eratos-
table. All of the rays, all of the points point back to the single light source. That doesn't happen.
yeah, but he put a lens. He put a lens in between the light source and the table,
there's no
though.
lens. Where's the lens? Where's the lens in the sky?
In between us and the sun.
Where?
It's in between us and the sun.
Where?
Somewhere. It could be.
Somewhere.
I'm just saying
Somewhere.
it's
Could
proof
be,
of
maybe.
concept.
Maybe.
It's proof of concept.
Maybe it's not
It's
evidence.
proof
though,
of
Jeremy.
concept.
Maybe and proof of concept
Jeremy.
is not evidence that it actually occurs.
Okay, but it's proof of concept that your Eratosthenes thing is not
Maybe.
demonstrable and can only work on a spherical Earth.
Yeah, but if you're going to posit that there's a lens between the sun and us, you need to show where that said lens is, or else it's just a guess.
In the sky, Paid. It could be in the sky.
Where?
The thing is, we've shown demonstrably. Just hold on, Paid. Somewhere in the sky between us and the sun. We've
Where?
shown demonstrably somewhere between us and the sun. We've
maybe.
shown demonstrably though that it
Somewhere.
doesn't have to be.
Somewhere.
Let me just get this out, man. We've demonstrably. That's why you don't retain none of this shit. You're too busy talking.
Well, you just posit that it's there without showing that it's there. You just say it's probably there, maybe, perhaps.
It could be there. It could be there, and we've shown demonstrably that it could be there, and we've shown demonstrably that that the Eratosthenes measurement is not definitive proof that it's happening on a sphere.
It is, though, actually, because there is no lens. You can't show me where this lens is. You can just say that, well, there has to be a lens because otherwise the Earth would be a sphere. We know that.
No, I'm saying if there is a lens, if there is a lens, then it means that your proof is not a proof anymore because it could be either way.
If there's a lens, you need to show there's a lens.
Well,
if there's
we can't
a lens,
show that there isn't a lens, so we don't know what's up in the air right now. We can't show if there is or isn't a lens. We can't show if there is. You're too busy trying to fight instead of.
I'm talking to you, but you're lagging some apparently.
I'm not lagging. Just every time I go to tell you something about this lens that may or may not be there, you're just like too busy talking.
Well, I mean,
that's why Gio's giving you a 3-hour presentation. You need to shut up and listen to it.
Except that if isn't evidence, Jeremy. If is
it's evidence that your thing is not demonstrably happening on a sphere. That is evidence for that.
No, it's not. You can't say if it's not. If there is no lens, you can't say if there's a lens and then say, well, where's the lens? You say, I don't know. That doesn't work. I'm sorry.
I didn't say I don't know. I said it's in between us and the sun.
Where?
In between us and the sun.
Where? What's its property?
Somewhere in between us and the sun.
What's it made out of? How far? How far from us in the sun?
Dude, I don't know what it smells like, what it tastes like. I don't know any of that, dude. We're talking about outer shit and outer space, bro.
Yeah, you're positing something that should be, we should be able to see said lens, which affects our sunlight so much. But we don't.
The effects of the lens would be Eratosthenes making it look like it's happening on a sphere.
Right, so you're positing that there's a lens that makes it look like we're not on a sphere, even though you have no evidence.
The thing is, hold on, Carlos. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
I can clear this up. Like he's saying that you don't have any evidence for said lens in the sky. Well, he doesn't have any evidence for all the other claims that like Boulder's claim that's up there either. There's a whole bunch of shit up there that they make claims about. Like
Not
where
for,
is it?
not for the Eratosthenes measurement. Sorry.
We could easily flip it back onto you, man. Give us evidence for all these
Not
things.
for the Eratosthenes measurement.
The
No,
2,000 degrees temperature at different levels of the
that
atmosphere.
doesn't.
All sorts of these claims that you make.
That is not part of the Eratosthenes data.
Look, you're asking about the lens. It's the same as like all the claims that the heliocentric model makes. It's the same. There's a whole bunch of shit up there that you have no evidence for.
For the Eratosthenes measurement, we don't need to posit any of that.
No, you do have to posit certain things.
Nope, we don't.
And we've already demonstrably shown that.
Nope,
The thing that you claim, dude, you're not even trying to listen, bro.
I am listening to you, and I'm trying
You're
to.
too busy talking. You're not listening. You're talking.
Well, look who's talking about talking.
Look who's talking about talking.
Yeah.
Can you present the Eratosthenes experiment, please?
Sure. Go do it yourself tomorrow. Solar noon, your location.
We have demonstrably shown that the Eratosthenes thing can happen on a flat surface or a curved surface.
It can happen on a flat surface, but the data from the Eratosthenes measurement is not consistent with that from a flat surface.
Can I see that data?
If there's a lens,
Sure.
dude, it is. If there's a lens in between us, it's not demonstrable. It's not demonstrable of any model because it could happen on a sphere or it could happen on a flat table. Where are you looking?
Well, we should be. I mean, from two. I mean, if the lens is there, and if I'm looking at the sun, I don't know. Say I'm in Chicago, look at the sun. You should be able to be, I don't know, in Cincinnati, looking through at the same point and see distortions from this lens. Or is it just a lens that's perfectly?
I don't know what you're even saying.
Lensing is cumulative, NASA. So it's gonna have reference like where your point of is and perception is.
Yeah, it's amazing. This lens just amazingly makes the Earth look spherical, but you can't show where it is or show any properties of it.
What constitutes as a lens?
There.
Bro, you think I'm talking shit when I'm telling you it's dark matter? Dark matter acts as a lens. I think you're just not educated. Fucking Google it, man. That's NASA. Just Google it and you'll laugh even harder, bro. Google it.
So wait a minute,
okay, watch this. I'll Google it for you.
We got a dark matter lens that the light's
Go ahead, Jeremy.
And we got a dark matter lens that the light's going through. And you can't detect it, but it's there lensing the light, and you get the Eratosthenes. Right. Dude, it doesn't matter, bro. You can't prove what's in between us and the sun.
Bending of light from distant objects so through massive concentrations of dark matter. Wow. So we should be able to see. I mean, gravity.
You can scroll down.
So we should be able to see the gravitational effects of this lens, shouldn't we?
You can do this search yourself. Scroll down and read the links from there. Yeah, I just took a screenshot for, so it's quick.
If you were mentioning religion earlier, and from what you've said, you're a member of a religion. You're a Christian. believer.
No.
So,
you're Christian, right? But not scientism. Science is all facts.
I never said scientism. No. I said you've claimed that you are a believer or a member of the Christian religion. Correct?
Okay. So.
Okay, so I haven't finished my point. I never said anything about scientism. So if you're a part of that, or if you're a believer in that religion, they claim that it's a molten crystalline firmament. Maybe that's what the lens is made of. What your own belief in your own religion, ironically, states it to be.
No, that's a fundamentalist belief in a taken word for word from Genesis. So I mean, Genesis is not a science book, so we can pretty much it's a story, an interesting story, but it's not.
It's the story you believe in.
Yeah, but
you're not addressing Geo's point.
It's not facts, though. It's not.
But it's the story you believe in, though.
It's not a science book.
It's the story you believe in.
It's not.
You believe in things that are not facts?
It's a science book. It's an allegory.
It's allegorical. What's the dome allegorical for?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you're just making shit up, dude.
No. See, in Genesis, the Genesis story is not. What they did is they took the Babylonian view and made it Christian, made it actually Jewish at the time. The important thing is that God made everything, not that he didn't do it. The 7 days is a allegory.
He made the lens in between us and the sun. In between us and the sun. I did this that was like 2 minutes ago.
Well, good.
How do you know if it's an allegory if you don't know what it's an allegory for?
He's just making shit up. He just made that up.
So you believe
I told him the lens. I said it was made out of gravity the first time. He denied me.
Yeah, except that there's no big gravity between us and the sun.
But watch this.
Really cool.
Watch this. Stanford. Bro, this is a Stanford article. Hold on.
Really
I got you. Using gravitational lensing to hunt for hidden knots of dark matter. So you can use that shit. Yeah, there you go. So there is a lens in between us now, right?
Except that between us and dark matter, which is like millions of light years away. Yeah.
Are you
No,
saying our
the
galaxy?
The sun is not. The sun is not.
The sun is.
Are you saying we have the
sun
one
is-
galaxy that doesn't need
the
dark
sun-
matter?
The sun is 8.5 light seconds away, so it's not millions of light years away.
Are you saying we have the one galaxy in the universe that doesn't need dark matter?
The galaxy, yes. The solar system, no.
Sorry, I meant to say solar system.
Solar system's not relying on dark matter.
Yeah. Okay. So if the dark matter isn't in our solar system, where the fuck is it at?
A long ways away.
Where? At another solar system?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You don't know where the lens? I mean, dark matter is?
There's no dark matter between us.
Now
and
look at you, Paid.
Yeah, except that again, you're
don't know.
that there's some sort of lens. You don't know this lens.
You don't know
It's
where
not
the dark matter is. You don't know where the dark matter is.
There's no dark matter lens between us and the sun.
You don't know where it is. You don't even know where it is. You just said you don't know where it is.
It's not between us and the sun.
You don't know that. You just said you don't know where it is.
It's not between us and the sun, though.
You don't know that. You just said you don't know where it is.
It's not between us and the sun, though.
You just said you don't know where it is.
It's not between us and the sun, though. God, am I being?
You don't know that because you just.
Hello, do you have your head up here? Do you have something in your ears and not hearing that? I mean, you keep on trying to get me to say something that I'm obviously not going to say.
You just told us you don't know where the dark matter is.
It's not between us and the sun, though.
How do you know that? You don't know where it is.
That's a contradiction. You don't know where it is, but you know where it's not.
That's correct. I mean, you know the Earth. You don't know the Earth is flat, but you don't know that the Earth. How's it go? You can't give me evidence that the Earth is flat, but you can give me the evidence that the Earth is not.
In a Star Trek episode, there'd be steam coming out of
yeah, totally.
He doesn't even.
like you're melting
He
down.
doesn't even know what he wants to argue.
You just.
Yeah, I do. You don't. You guys are just throwing. You guys are just throwing.
You
Shit
don't
against,
argue, bro.
you guys are just throwing shit against the screen and seeing what sticks. Because
Come
the
on,
lens,
Googling
now it's dark
stuff,
matter,
and I'm proving you incorrect,
now it's
man.
dark. Yeah, except
That's all
dark matter does bend light. There's nowhere near enough dark matter between us and the sun.
Exactly.
You make it look like that.
Why not?
Where's the dark matter at? Where's it at?
Because it's not. You would cause a deep gravitational well between us and the sun. That's not
Where's
there.
the dark matter at, babe?
Stuff would be orbiting around us.
He said it's millions of years away or whatever.
Hey, where's the dark matter at?
Not between us and the sun.
Where is it at then?
Not between us and the sun.
Okay, but where is it?
Not between us and the sun.
Space. Space.
How many times I got to tell you between up? How many times you got to try and make me say something I'm not going to say, Darren?
But who ordered
Okay, if
the
it's
code
not
red
between
from
us and the
Jessup?
sun, then where is it at?
It's not there. I don't know where else it is, but it's not between us.
You
and
don't
the sun.
know. You have no idea where else it is.
Well, a long ways away.
You don't know that.
There we do. The one guy who posted the thing was showing distant galaxies.
Yeah, but it'd have to be in our galaxy too. Or are we in the special place in the flat universe according to the CMB in the flat universe?
Flat universe.
According to the special hold on, Paid. You're throwing me off.
Yeah, I know. I am trying to. Because
I don't even remember. I had something good too. That was going to be a good one.
The universe being flat doesn't mean two-dimensional.
He's using tactics. He just admitted to it.
I had something so good right there. I was about to body him. I can't remember it now.
Except that the flat universe doesn't mean
going on the scorecard.
They call that a fundy mute.
That's how they get you. That's how they fucking get you.
It's his religion. Don't blame him.
I think he needs to rework his game. Like when he says there's no evidence, clearly there is. It's just that he contests it, or he wants to rebut it, or he doesn't think it's correct. What he should do is come in and say, "Hey, I'd like to debate your evidence." That would make more sense than just saying there isn't any. Because then we get into it, and then he's rebutting things. So
Is that
he should fix his game up.
Is it the all or nothing fallacy?
Because I mean, evidence doesn't mean it's true or not. Yeah, I mean, you could say there's evidence. I mean, if like if there's a broken window, you could say, "Oh, that's evidence." Somebody could say, "Oh, that's evidence for Superman flying through the window." Well, there is evidence that the window's broken, but is Superman the actual truth of the cause of it or not? But if someone was saying, "I have this theory that Superman blew through the window," my evidence is broken window. Well, they have some evidence. It's maybe not. It may not be pointing to what they think it is, but.
He's been on with this Eratosthenes thing for about 7 years now. It's ridiculous. Every year I tell him about the Eratosthenes on a flat table. I'm good for another at least 12 months now.
Does this fit what he does? Sea lining is a type of trolling or harassment that consists of pursuing people with relentless requests for evidence, often tangential or previously addressed, while maintaining a pretense of civility and sincerity. Quote, "I'm just trying to have a debate." And feigning
without the civility part?
And feigning ignorance of the subject matter.
Without the civility part, yes. Textbook.
Yeah, remove the civility. That's the only part. Yeah, remove that. While maintaining
Other than that, though, it's textbook sea lining.
It should be while maintaining a pretense of constant ad hominems and interruptions.
Yeah.
he may be the most dramatic example of a sea lioner that's this chronic for this many years. Like some people do it, here and there. They do it in text chat a lot. There's certain guys that are just trying to get at your nerves and get under your skin and do it. There's a lot of that more in text. It happens in voice too, but in voice, there's more of a pretense to be genuine to some degree because you're actually using your voice. Whereas in text, you can type all kinds of things and run people in circles. Whereas on voice, if it's like one-on-one and someone says something, you can kind of hold them to it and they have to say something, they can't just kind of concoct a text response and then just avert and avoid. It's a lot easier to do it in text than in voice. But he pulls it off in voice.
Whatever you just read, that was NASA Shil's description. I think that's the definition of what a NASA Shil is, right? So fitting.
Yeah, sea lining. Here's another definition: a subtle form of trolling involving bad faith questions. You disingenuously frame your conversation as a sincere request to be enlightened, placing the burden of educating you entirely on the other party. If your bait is successful, the other party may engage, painstakingly laying out their logic and evidence in the false hope of helping someone learn. In fact, you are attempting to harass or waste the time of the other party, having no intention of truly entertaining their point of view. Instead, you react to each piece of information by misrepresenting it or requesting further clarification ad nauseum. The name sea lining comes from a Wonder Mark comic clip. A Wonder Mark comic clip.
Yo, gaslighting came from a movie. Sea lining came from a comic clip. Gaslighting came from a movie. It's funny.
Actually, it said comic strip, but there was a little thing on my screen that, Wonder Mark comic strip.
Does it say anywhere there when they are asked for proof, they say, look it up. I'm not here to educate you.
Is that like a reverse sea lion?
1944 film called Gaslight.
Well, that's what NASA does, right, NASA? Whenever we ask you a question, you say, look it up. I'm not here to educate you. Is NASA here?
Well, he's there, but he's not speaking. He's still in the VC, though. His wife came in. He had to be like, oh. He had to cover up the screen. I'm not talking to the flat earthers again, I swear. I didn't just ask about Eratosthenes again. What fallacy is that if someone just says, go look it up? I mean, it's like an appeal to authority, but it is an appeal to authority or to consensus. But when they tell you to go do it, instead of actually presenting it, is that a specific fallacy within that?
If there isn't one, we should name it the NASA, the paid shill NASA fallacy.
No, it's shifting the burden of proof. It's a burden of proof reversal fallacy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a burden of proof reversal fallacy. If you say, go look it up.
Go Google it.
Yeah, if you say, go look it up, like, why am I going to look it up? That's your thing you brought. Like, why, and the burden's on me now. No, it's on you because you're the one that brought it. It's a textbook burden of proof reversal fallacy.
Sounds about right.
Do you guys think that, obviously this would probably never happen in our lifetimes, but if there was like easy regular trips to space, like the way that people go to like Tahiti, do you think you'd still have flat earthers, or do you think that would like if enough people, obviously like not everyone's been to Tahiti because it's pretty expensive, but do you think that enough people would have gone to space that you guys would be like, all right, I guess it is a sphere?
Think about it, Jake. In the whole humanity, the whole life, thousands of years, pick whatever number you want. There's 270 people or so that have claimed to have went high enough to see what's going on. Think about that.
Well, there's been more than people than that have been to space. Definitely high enough to see the curve of the Earth. Now, to see the entirety of the Earth, only obviously a handful of people have done that.
The ones that claimed went to the moon. How many of them are?
What is it? There's 3 in every mission, and there was how many missions where they went out that far? What, like maybe 10?
Wasn't 6?
30 men?
6 missions?
No, because even on prior to Apollo 11, they had gone they've orbited around the moon.
Are you counting the Russians too?
So out of 8 billion, well, the Russians never went to claim to go to the moon. So we're talking about seeing the Earth in its entirety, far out enough so you can see shape, right? So 30 men out of how many billions and billions of people? We're supposed to take their word for it? And that's if we believe the story, which of course I don't. But yeah.
Yeah, this says a quick little search. Okay, only 24 people is what is claimed here have ever seen the Earth as a complete globe with their own eyes. All of whom were Apollo astronauts, government agents, who traveled far enough from Earth to do so. So yeah, 24, Jake.
All Masons, by the way.
Apollo Church. No, don't say that, SE. I don't. No, don't tell me that. It's not true.
Yeah, we can scratch that. It doesn't matter.
I can put my head in the sand. I know. Just wonder that.
Well, I think the most like some of like the first Apollo missions, they were all Masons. But yeah, like of all 24, I don't know if every single one is an admitted Mason, but like a lot of them, like I mean, the Apollo 11, they all were.
Right.
Didn't they claim they broke
Buzz
bread
and-
and they had their skirts and that? And didn't they claim that when they went, they did a ceremony?
Oh shit! Really? I do not know about it.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Okay. I have to look into this. I have to look into these punks. So anyway, going back to my question though, assuming my hypothetical that space travel became as cheap and accessible as Tahiti, which means obviously if you're a broke joke, you're not going to get to go to Tahiti, you're not going to get to go to space, but anyone that has a few nickels to rub together would be able to go.
I would believe it, Jake. Jake, I would believe it. If we were mining on the moon, total recall colonies on Mars, people are doing honeymoons on the moon, shit like that, like shit's happening. Like if it had happened like it should have, like if it had progressed naturally, like it obviously would have if it was real, then yes, I would absolutely believe it.
They were saying we're going to have space elevators to the moon by the 80s and shit like that. That never happened.
You know, my brother,
yes,
my brother
I
did
would.
his honeymoon on the moon. My cousin went for a date on Mars. You know, people are going places and shit. Yes, I would believe.
But I mean, I bought land and mineral rights for my kids for the moon, so we're not that far away.
Are you familiar with the Moon Treaty, dude?
No.
Somebody scammed you, but we are far off. You got scammed on the internet. That has nothing to do with. We're not far off. I'll send you
I have a deed. From who?
I'll sell you a deed for mad land on
There's an organization
right now. How much land do you want?
Like the International Lunar Organization, where they hand out the land rights that has been negotiated between every country.
I'm going to make up the international. I'm going to make up the International Jupiter Moon Association. And you want to buy some land on one of Jupiter's moons?
I bought this when my daughter was first born, and now I see the stuff traded for like 3 times what I paid for it. So I have been thinking about selling it.
Dude, there are video games.
That's a good investment.
You can buy a house online, like on a virtual reality game, right next to Tupac.
I just want to point out that it's
real estate is you can buy virtual real estate on video games, and like all the rich people, that's where they're investing their money. Online virtual real estate.
I just want to point out that the lunar real estate is like Bitcoin. It's only worth something because people believe in it.
I think it's just a phase. I think it's just a phase.
Jeremy?
I think it's just a phase people going through, and it's a phase.
Bro, no thanks. It's the worst investment ever. Nigerian scam sort of shit. Well, you want to buy some land on the moon? I'm good.
Like the Hallelujah Mountains. There's land in this thing.
Oh yeah. You want to sell me some?
You gotta sell it for real cheap.
All right, how much per acre?
For $1 an acre in Arizona, isn't there?
I wish. Show me, and I'll buy it. Point. Just point. $1 an acre? Okay, I'll buy it all. Where is that?
Right.
Sorry, dude. How much did you pay for the moon property? Like, how much per acre?
Is it like the Earth facing side? Is that like beachfront property, and the other side is like shit?
Ooh, you got.
It's like
you got a resort on the dark side.
Or you're gonna get tan like a mug up there, right?
Wait, is the moon past the Van Allen radiation belt, or is it inside? If it's past it, you should get cooked. But they move it all the time, so I'm not sure.
Did they ever take a video of the Earth rise from the moon, or was it just photos?
No, there's video. Well, they left a video camera there.
Cameras, right? Well, I mean, that's what we're using to film all the footage of the golf cart, right?
Right.
Yeah,
they had both. Oh, go ahead, man.
They had low resolution TV, and then they had high resolution film cameras. That's how you have now. You can have like 4K video on the moon.
Yeah, dude. There's some like 1800s photos I've seen black and white, and they are crisp, high definition. like back in Tartaria type of days.
Here's one that's claimed this is the fakest thing you guys will ever see. Take a look at this one, April 5th, 2008, from JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency. There it is. There's the claimed Earthrise from the moon. If anyone thinks that looks real, I would say you should heavily question your capacity to detect. That is the fakest looking. That looks like a third grader made that for an art project on Photoshop. That is so bad.
Japanese are the masters of photography. You'd think they'd have like the ability to show you the best.
That's it.
They had to edit the photo because of the stars. They had to darken out the stars so that it doesn't wash out the image, so you can see the Earth. Or it'll be oversaturated. I got you. They should hire me.
The size alone, right? Just the size alone is wrong.
This is just so bad. Look at like the cardboard cutout of the fake moon layer. That is unreal that they pass that off as real.
Damn.
Wow, dude. JAXA really put that out, dude. That looks absolutely terrible, bro. That's so fake. Is there a globe where that's Jake? Jake, do you think that looks real, dude?
Like after World
Like you guys are just saying it looks fake just because you're not used to what you're looking at, right? Yes, I've seen.
Did you watch
before.
it though?
You have.
And you're saying that looks real.
You've got the surface
Jake,
of the
does that look
moon,
real?
which is.
He bought land up there.
Jake, just answer me. Do you think that looks real?
Yes, I think it looks real. I think that you guys are just being. I think you guys are just because the fact that it doesn't look how you expect it to look. Because remember, there's no atmosphere, so you have a super sharp cutoff on the horizon, and you have the moon, right, which has a pretty uniform color.
Looks like shit.
That you guys are going to just be like, oh, look, it's like a cardboard cutout. It looks so fake, as if they couldn't do some like fancy CGI stuff if they were trying to fake it to make it look the way you think it should look.
No offense, Jake, but it's like you LARP on both sides. Like I'm not sure where you are. I think you're a secret concaver.
Maybe.
He's bi global.
Dude, what happened to the stars, bro? No stars in the video. I'm sad.
Because it's exposed for the super bright Earth and it's exposed for the surface of the moon.
That's exactly what I thought.
Go take your camera out there and do the same thing and see how many stars you get.
I can't because I'm not on the surface of the fucking moon, but I can definitely get pictures of stars. It's easy.
To set the exposure for that right environment, you're not getting any stars.
What do you want me to film? The moon?
There's no side motion at all. Just goes up vertically.
Yeah, there's no depth. There's no depth.
Hold on. Is it at least spinning as it's rising? I gotta watch this.
No, it's going straight up. That's what I'm talking about. No, there's nothing. There's no.
Fuck you mean?
An upward movement.
You need the 15 degrees per hour.
How long do you think this is taking for you to be able to see the Earth spinning?
We can calculate it.
Earth spinning. There should be lateral movement, no sideways movement. No.
And I haven't zoomed in, but are any of the clouds moving at all on the Earth, or is it just a?
Good question. Still, I'm watching it right now.
I'm trying to see if I can see any motion either.
When you see the moon rise, right? It rises on a slant sideways. It doesn't go straight up, right?
Why don't they take the same camera that they have on satellites that they claim can zoom in and see a golf ball on Earth? Why don't they take that camera and use that one for the same shot?
Dude, those satellites that can
clouds
they're ginormous satellites with huge mirrors that are used for that super secret espionage stuff to be able to see that kind of detail. They're not sending that to the moon. It's like a multi-billion-dollar satellite. Not to mention,
don't think it's a question about money, is it?
Sure, it's always about money. I'm doing the math here for you guys, by the way.
Yeah, but what are the Japanese doing up there taking photos anyway? Because I thought that all of space was a military zone, and after World War II, the Japanese weren't allowed to have any military. So what are they doing up there in military zone? Because space is all for the military, isn't it? That's why they wear the uniform, the astronauts, because they're military. And what are the military who are getting with each other? The Russians and the Chinese and the Americans all doing happily doing little flips around in no gravity. When here on Earth, in reality, they're against each other.
Yeah, it's not military, bro.
It is. Space is a military zone, just like the North Pole, just like Antarctica. It's military zone.
What military base is on Antarctica? What's the name of the base?
That's why it's called Space Force, American Space Force. They don't call it space science.
Yeah, space has been militarized in terms of there are space assets in space. But for example, NASA astronauts are not military. They're civilians.
Yeah, but they have to have the clearance from the military or for the Space Force to go there.
No, they just have to have clearance with the FAA. They don't ask the
And
military to go to
who
space.
does the FAA have? Yeah, but the FAA has to go through past the military.
No, that wouldn't be the case.
Administrations aren't forces, though. You know, space is a space force. You know what I mean? I take them somewhat seriously. You know, just
Yeah, they use the wrong word, really. Yeah,
they put the force word on there. I'm just like, all right, maybe they're serious about something.
Well, Space Force is military, right? But they claim NASA's not, or the astronauts are not, but Space Force.
NASA's just the head of the Air Force. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're all pretty much.
The United States Space Force is a space service branch of the United States Department of Defense.
So, based on some rough math here,
I think it's like a lot of it's got to do with satellite security and cryptozoology. Go ahead,
for
Jake.
that Earth sunrise that was taken over roughly from the time that you first see the Earth to where you see the full Earth is about a minute. So I don't know why you would expect to see the Earth spinning or clouds moving around.
That's not what I was saying. It's going straight up in a vertical motion. Straight up. Is that what you expect to see? On two moving.
If you think about an orbital path, think about the orbital insertion, right? The inclination of the orbit is basically what orientation it is, right?
What sexual preference?
Have you ever seen the moon rise in a vertical?
I know. It's the cosmology's fraught with these Freudian slippages. Yeah, keep going, Jake. Don't stop you.
Well, couldn't it be something
You
stationary?
know what I feel like?
Right? Jake,
I feel kind of like. Sorry, go ahead.
It'd have to be something rising off the surface of the moon, right? While moving with the moon, right? Because like the whole tidal lock thing. And we know the moon's not rolling around in a circle, so it's not on the surface. Whatever was recording it is actually would have to detach from the surface of the moon and either go forward or just rise vertically, right? To get around the curve of the moon.
That's a spacecraft in orbit. That's not something on the surface of the moon. That's an orbiting spacecraft. That takes 108 minutes or so to go around the moon one time.
Yeah, with like no shaking, no nothing.
Why would it be shaking?
Well, I mean, I figured it would shake when it's near a body of mass that large with the gravity and everything. The gravity would influence it. Plus, you have the vibration from the thrusters, whatever you know. Unless you have some type of stabilizer.
If you ever been on a night red-eye flight on an airplane in really smooth air, you cannot feel anything. You wouldn't know, other than the loud noise of the wind rushing by the fuselage. You would have no idea that the plane is moving.
Yeah. If you built it with that level of insulation, sure. But these things aren't built for like luxury.
No, we're just talking about whether the camera would be shaking.
Yeah.
Retro
I would say yeah.
If they misfire retro thrusters or correction thrusters or something like that, they're dead. They're going to wind up popsicles, hugging each other, saying, "Yo, we tried." And then you don't think I would be shaken from that myself?
Well, there's nobody on that spacecraft. It's robotic.
I thought you were talking about the LEM or those things. You talking about Cassini?
No, that's this Japanese moon thing that the video we're looking at.
Wait.
It's just perfect. It's like a perfect clear day.
Japanese are really shilling, aren't they? It's like they've got the jacks, they've got the permanent 24 hours of the moon.
Right,
like,
that's the
they've got
Himawari, right?
every base covered. That must be their job, is to show the Earth and the moon. That's their job. What do the Italians do?
Does some other agency have it, or the Japanese just the best at shit, and so that they can get it, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, the Japanese, man, they really know what they're doing." 24.
Right, their cameras are pretty good, aren't they? That's why it's like, oh, you can trust them because they've got good cameras.
It's just electronics in general. They're pretty good at, right? Let's say.
Yeah. Well, that's just to support. It's to support that. Yeah, it must be real because the Japanese wouldn't lie. The Japanese are very, they're very honest people.
Well, like I don't know, Americans don't really care about doing stuff until Japanese can do it better. Maybe sometimes.
That's racist.
Well, it was the 90s.
Yeah. God made the Harley, and then on the 7th day, he made the Kawasaki twice as fast and twice as light.
I'm trying to figure out the orientation of the camera. You guys can help me out because it's rising, like no arc, just straight up, and we see the moon like it does like a nice arc in the sky.
Yeah,
so it's like, are they sideways? It's like, on a globe, like, so they're like standing on the side of the globe, like 90 degrees, you know what I mean? Like horizontal. Is that the camera orientation?
The only thing I could think of was like the camera would be so far behind the moon, right? And then its path somehow moved in such a, even that doesn't, never mind. I got nothing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's like, I'll take that shit back.
If you guys are ever like living out in the desert for like 12 months or something like that with no electricity and stuff, and you're like, and the moon is like really important to you because it's like one of the few things at night that's like that lights up besides stars, then it's like that one time when you're like, where the fuck is the moon right now? Like the moon should be somewhere, and it's way the hell or somewhere it shouldn't be. You know, it's like, where did you put the moon last night? Well, I noticed it was out last night. Yeah. You know, where did it end up? I know where it was. Where did it start? And then there's like this one time a month, I think, man, like the moon is just like whack, like way far away from where you would think it should be. You ever notice
They
that?
call that the new.
Yeah.
Is that the new moon?
No. Like
It rises every day on the horizon. It'll rise from a different spot. So if you were to mark the horizon where the moon is rising from, it shifts. Don't know how many degrees exactly. I'd have to measure it, but it's quite dramatic. Like at least 5 degrees. So you can notice it.
Yeah,
of course, like it was behind this mountain, and now it's like, oh shit, it's not even close to where it rose from last night. Go ahead, dude.
When are we gonna do the 3 hours for NASA? Maybe he should just go to do the old Witsit Schooling Globers course. Sorry, non sequitur.
I asked Witsit about that. He says that he had no one else to help him with it, and he was using all his own money, and no one else wanted to participate, so he killed it.
That's a shame.
That was the audit NASA thing he was doing.
No, the school.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the audit NASA thing.
Schooling Globers. Yeah, he had a whole series on it. And he'd just walk you through it nice and calm and slowly, and he'd tell you about gravity, and then he'd go on to the next paper, and we'd just go through the whole thing. Next thing you know, you're a flat earther.
Yeah, well, supposedly Nathan Oakley's book that's coming out is going to do just that, right? The one that he's in all that.
No,
it's not coming out for a while.
He's got all that drama right now going on with that, right? With him QE and
his book's just going to be full of like recipes and advertising for microphones.
That would be funny, but I don't think so. I think QE wrote most of it. That's why they're having so much issues with the whole thing.
What I heard, it was a lot of the arguments or the breakdowns were QE. Adam was writing it with kind of like with QE, and I guess they got up to like the 5th draft or some shit. And I don't know. So Nathan had his own book, right? His own book ready to go, like years ago. And they're like, whoa, can we read it? You know, can we check it out? And they're like, well, let us help you. And then from there, things just changed. A lot of the writing style changed. But from there, it's a lot of it speculation because I haven't heard what QE or Adam have to say on the matter.
Because we'll have to wait till it comes out, see what, because he said it's an absolute masterpiece, right? So it'd be interesting to see it. That would definitely be the curriculum book, right, for Schooling Globers.
You could use it for homeschooling.
Can't use flat Earth Data's dog shit book that has like grammatical errors all over it. That's just ridiculous. I've never looked at Antonio's Book of the Sun, although I imagine it's probably, if Antonio's anything to go by, it's probably dog shit too, I would guess.
I was watching a short of Martin Leedker, Flat Earth British, and he was saying just like the start of a new series that he's making, and the premiere for the season 1 or whatever is talking about how he thinks that there was like every history started in the 1800s because there's no evidence for any trash before the 1800s. Like in the 1700s, 1600s, they were still making stuff, but the only things you can ever find buried under the ground are like some coins or a knife. There's no like, billions of people, like millions and millions of people, they accumulate a lot of trash. And like, what do we do with our trash? We put it in big like piles under the ground. Like there's no evidence for all of the stuff that they were throwing away in the 1700s at all. You can't find anything. You can find a few coins and pots, tiles, nothing, no trash.
Well, like, don't you think we would burn more of our garbage if we weren't not allowed to burn?
Plus, a lot of it was like biodegradable, right? Like all that stuff was made of like wood and natural materials, right? It wasn't stuff that that you stuck it in the ground. It wasn't going to stick around.
Yeah, they didn't have
stuff
like
that would stick
we have
nylons and.
We have landfills though, right? We have landfills now, don't we? Didn't they have like big pits where they would throw stuff?
I mean,
that's what they claim.
Well, presumably, like they didn't have trash bags.
Yeah, there was no garbage truck that went around and collected the stuff every Thursday.
They were containing things in like stone vessels and shit. Like they didn't even have, Tupperware or Ziploc
So they
bags.
had nothing. Like they didn't
They
have
weren't
toilet seats. They didn't have clothes.
They might not
They
have had
didn't
drinking
even have
straw.
clothes.
Yeah, you bury clothes in the ground.
They
Though it's
would
not
ha-
going to be there 300 years.
Well, what kind of
after.
clothes do you make? What are you making the clothes out of? It's not degrade. It's going to be like natural fibers.
Like shoes.
Shoes? They had sandals. Thongs.
What about
Thong
horseshoes?
sandals.
What about metal horseshoes?
I don't know when that started, but
Steel is not going to last, man. Iron or steel oxidizes pretty quick.
So the 1700s were like before the Dark Ages. The 1700s were like Mesopotamia, where they were only using clay pots and stamping into soft clay to record history. And they were wearing like no undies, no underpants.
No, they had paper.
They would have had paper. They would have been writing on things with like inks, such. They would have had paint. 1700s. I mean, you know what I mean. A lot of. Yeah, this is not.
So many fucked up claims about history. It's just some things don't line up, man.
You don't think that there was civilization 300 years ago?
Oh, there definitely were, but like I'm talking about the way that how they explain the 1700s were, and they call it like the 1700s, and like all the dates have changed, all of the timeline has changed. I mean, of course, there were civilizations that built the pyramids, right? And Teotihuacan and the freaking Machu Picchu and all of these places.
I don't know what kind of beeping situation you've got on, but it isn't.
Oh, sorry. I just stopped my truck and I can't turn that off.
Oh my gosh, I need to just not hear you.
It sounds like they're in a hospital bed, right?
No, it was like every time you made it was like also had a carrier buzz to it. That was weird.
It's off now. Yeah, but when I turn it off, I have no air conditioning. Fuck.
I kind of feel like I still
So
hear
when
it.
I was working downtown, they put in a water line to the building next to us. And when they put in the water line, they dug in 2 feet into the ground, something like that, 3 feet max, And what they left behind after they did it was a bunch of glass shards, like a shitload of glass shards.